What time of day is best to study a language? So I'm not going to waste your time. Maximizing the study effectiveness of your language learning journey is definitely something everyone wants to do. And by the end of this video, you will know the most productive time of day to study for you so that you can learn a language faster. So if you do like this kind of educational content on language learning, definitely hit the subscribe button. But with that said, let's go. So when is best to study? The answer is it depends on the person. But this video is basically going to be about finding the best time for you. So the best time to study is three things. One, when you're most alert. Two, a time without distraction. And three, a time that you can consistently stick to, ideally. The third one isn't as required as the first two, but it is also important. So different people have different times of the day that they study better at, the times of the day that like you can consider are like morning, noon, evening, and late night. And we're going to talk about these now. But firstly, we're going to go through the three kind of criteria for what makes the best time to study, and we're going to start with alertness. So for alertness, I mean the time of day that your brain is fastest and sharpest. So this doesn't necessarily mean, this isn't the same as focus, because focus is kind of focus has a lot to do with how you've actually trained your brain to like concentrate on things. So for example, if you watch a bunch of YouTube shorts, you've trained your brain to have pretty poor focus. Alertness just means how like awake you are, basically. You could say awake instead of alert. So for example, if you just get out of bed and you're groggy for a few hours, you might not be a particularly good morning learner just because it takes you a while to wake up. Or on the other hand, if you wake up and you're pretty like, sharp to go, but when it gets to late at night, you're sleepy, then you might very well be someone who can study in the morning and have a better result doing that. So some people work best when they're fresh in the morning, others need time to wake up. The actionable step for this is to figure out what time of day you work best, basically through trial and error. So try studying in the morning, try studying at night, and figure out which one works best for you. The more alert you are, basically, the easier it is to retain information, obviously, kind of like your brain is a sponge. And I think a few tips as well for kind of making yourself more alert is, because I'll just say a lot of people think they are night owls, but they're actually early morning people. They just don't know how to freshen up. So the number one thing for becoming alert at the start of the day is to make sure as soon as you wake up, get out of bed. I can't believe people do this. A lot of people wake up and then lie in bed for like 30 minutes, either on their phone or they just lie there. That's completely bad for your productivity and it's not good for your day. As soon as you wake up, you should be out of bed. That is how you wake up faster. If you don't get out of bed, it's going to take a lot longer. So getting out of bed, also natural light into your eyes is good. Cold therapy, so like a cold shower, for example, caffeine, exercise before you eat, like straight away, and then fasting can be good as well. To like not eat for a few hours after can help with that's more of a focus kind of thing. I probably shouldn't have put that in there for alertness, but yeah. And limiting attention residue, that's also kind of focus, but it basically means to not do a bunch of different tasks. So if you are going to try and learn in the morning, try and do it straight away and just see what happens. Also try at night, and then just figure out which kind of time works best for you. The second thing is zero distractions. This one can be a little bit annoying for a lot of people because there's two kinds of distractions we'll be talking about here. Type 1 of distractions are basically, it doesn't matter what time of day, they just need to go. So for example, being on your phone, notifications, that kind of thing. We're not even going to really talk about that because those are just things that shouldn't be impacting your studying. Unfortunately, a lot of distractions are kind of locked to certain times of the day. So for example, other people that you live with doing certain things it could be noise outside, etc. I can't really give reasons because it just depends, but basically distractions that are set for specific times of the day, like people arriving, leaving, getting ready, that kind of thing, whatever impacts peace and quiet really can kind of be annoying. So I think that's kind of a point for early morning and early night, the fact that there's not really anyone moving around. And I know for me personally, early morning works for me. I can't do it at the moment because of my schedule, but I am kind of an early morning person when it comes to learning. So decide what kind of non-negotiables you have to deal with and basically kind of pick the best time of the day that combines these things, that combines like your alertness and the fact that you have zero distractions, just for whatever gives you the highest return in your learning. And then number 3 is consistency. This one isn't as important because you don't have to have like the same time of day every single day. It can be different times as long as you're doing enough, but ideally you are studying at consistent times of the day. So if you have a really whack schedule, you might not be able to do this, but if you can try and find a similar time to study, that can be good for learning as well. But yeah, that is the video, guys. If you have any questions, comment down below. Definitely hit the subscribe button if you like this kind of educational content and language learning. I've got links in my description to my website and my Discord as well, which you should jump in and have a good one.